Does a connection to the land influence creativity? Does being in a thin place, a mystical place, affect an artist's ability to create? Dingle artist Cronin talks about how living on the Great Blasket Island transformed her as an artist. So Carol Cronin, is that it?
That's right.
And where are you from?
I'm from Wicklow. I'm from the east coast of Ireland.
And so do you believe that a place or the spiritual energy of a place has anything to do with a person's ability to create?
Yes, I think it has everything to do with it. And I think I have proof. I love travelling. Although I'm from the east coast of Ireland, I left when I was about 20. I lived in London, Glasgow, Paris, and then finally settled in Amsterdam in Holland for 10 years. All the time painting abstract work and loving it, like really enjoying it. But I came here in 2002 for a short visit.
Here in Dingle?
Here's Dingle.
Okay.
And more specifically, I visited the Great Blasket Island with my younger sister. And I can only say that as soon as I stepped onto that island, my entire life changed. I don't know why, I don't know what it was, but I knew I was going to move there. And sure enough, within 3 weeks, I was living there on the Blasket Island. And my work also I just stopped painting abstract work. I knew I had to paint the sea, I knew I had to paint what was around me, but I actually stopped painting completely and started drawing because I was too afraid to start painting immediately. I did a lot of very, very detailed drawings of the sea, of my surroundings, and then 1 year later I started painting. So I had to develop a new technique. I had to approach it in a very slow and considered way because it was such a powerful, just the surroundings had such a powerful impact on me. Painting there of the Alhambra in Granada. I stayed there for 8 months and I just couldn't paint. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, but I had no connection to the land. I had no spiritual connection. I don't know what you want to call it, but no inspiration. And it was the greatest proof to me that it very much matters where you are, you know, what inspires you. And I came back to the misty greys and silvers and the clouds of Ireland, and I've never been happy to live here. It's like camping. But then for the other 6 months I live by the beach, by the sea, and I do a lot of my work in the wintertime, painting and sitting in the car doing drawings with the windscreen wipers going like crazy and the storms and everything. And it's a lovely balance because I continue on painting. I'm painting as I'm here, but it's a great balance to be here and talking to the people that come in, and you get to know the people who buy your work and where your work goes to. And that's really why I set up on my own and I took my work back from the galleries in order to be able to. I care about them. I care where they go to.
You care where the paintings go.
Yeah. Definitely.
How long did you live on the Great? You lived on the Great Blasket Island, the one that was populated now.
That's right. No, it wasn't really populated. You couldn't really say that unless you count 3 as a population. I mean, I moved there in June. I took a rucksack with me from Amsterdam, and I thought I'll come back and I'll get my stuff later. It took me 4 years to go back and get my stuff. It was like I just didn't want to leave. But I only stayed on the island itself from June until October, and then I moved to Dunquin, which is the tiny weeny little village. It has one pub,
right,
and some houses, and that's it. But the most fantastic people in the world. So I moved there, and I lived there for 8 years or so. Yeah, and that will always kind of stay my home in Ireland.
So there's a draw of the land.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. How can people get your work?
I suppose my website is the way to.
And what is your website?
It's carolcronin.com.
CarolCronin.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
You're very welcome.